I shall return to the hideout and see if I can pick up a new thingamabob from the donations category. I feel kinda like the Salvation Army recipient here, though. Now then. Why the pantyhose around your face? I mean, I still fail.
Not the god's forsaken soul, eh? Only those who have nothing. So empty your pockets.
I didn't say so. Guess I deserve that one, yes. Someone in the face. Ow, hey. Alright, time to return the favor. A military grade powder beam. That's the wrong dodge. Thing. That's a shame. Yes. Pathetic. Referee. Why does that still hit me?
There's a good boy.
I bid thee farewell. Alright, that was altogether shameful, but we still did it. Praise be to me.
We were more similar than he knew.
Oh, since I'm here. Anything worth nicking? That's a fat negatory.
That's all ready.
Let's patch me up there, and we shall. There was one more mark, the S rank. It's somewhere in Sambrek. This isn't as Delmekia, so it's somewhere here. In the woodlands. Define the woodlands. I'm allowed to go here now? Then I'm guessing that's where it will be. I've been to the Imperial Chase. This is where the Wyvern was. Maybe here in... I mean, they were talking about the woodland, though. But this is also woodland. Mornbroom. I want to see if it's there. Because I am stupid. I will stock up on potions, take a look there, get my ass whooped, and then continue here. But maybe, just maybe,
First
maybe I can make it.
Got a bloke saying he saw ghosts on the far side of the wall.
Ghosts?
Oh,
Then a
Isabel.
wall won't stop them.
Wait, was this always here? I hear you, Ada Isabel. I know that's not
Do you see
how the song
anything
goes.
you like?
I see something I like indeed.
An excellent choice.
Your voice is too patronizing. Now then.
Ready, go? Faster!
Alright, so technically speaking, there should be a path leading off to the right into the arse end of nowhere. So, listen. Dragonite. Right, this was probably closed before because I do remember there being a bard icon. Yeah. The glass is half empty. Was that an enemy or was it a Boxu? Huh?
Be safe.
What are we doing here? Ring of the Marksman. Increases magic spells. Increases the will damage of magic. I mean, sure, I guess, but no thank you. Judgment Bolt cooldown. Increases wind-up damage. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with my current setup. All things considered. Now, this looks altogether terrible, and considering the fact that there are many toppled trees in a particular fashion, that doesn't really... I mean, this is definitely a problem. I'm still allowed to call my... Never mind. Alright. Ruby Dragon? Svarog, you look like a Ruby Dragon. Level 50! Jesus.
This beast isn't to be trifled with.
What? No. What if... That does a lot of damage.
Over here! Good.
And of course I whiff.
I can't go on.
I feel so slow. Okay, so we're gonna give this a little bit more time to cook. I could have done a much better job, I agree. But I guess I was just overwhelmed by its presence. I'll give it another go when I hit level 40 or something. If I ever hit level 40, that
I
is.
saw it with my own eyes.
I saw it with my own eyes, I did. Big as a barn he was. Tore straight through the village.
I can't do it.
Then don't. Hello.
My lord. My lady.
We received the dame's message. There have been sightings of strange creatures, I understand.
With the blue eyes.
Yes. Like a Kashik, but different.
Wait, the Akashic
They've taken
evolve?
so many. I've lost count.
With the Fallen, maybe.
Akashic, but different.
Ultimus thralls. And what of your mistress? Is she here?
Oh, no. She went to the garrison to ask what they were planning on doing about all this.
Then we'll look for her there.
Why we fight? Why do we fight?
More arrived from the capital.
Because we are but men. 'Tis in our nature, unfortunately.
The two soldiers were carrying it.
Isabel here.
Madame, please! Half the garrison's been slaughtered by those things. We lost the captain this very morning.
We've tried requesting reinforcements, but there's been no word from the capital or the Dominion in days. What more would you have us do?
Stop
I will have you
bitching.
do your duty. Those at the Vale look to me for protection. And protect them I shall. Because they are my charges, and that is my duty. In case you have forgotten, the people of this town are your charges. But more than that, they are your people. Your sisters, your brothers, your lovers.
As long as
So
they're
you have
not
a
branded,
choice.
right?
Lay down your sword and watch as they are slaughtered. Or take it up and do what is right.
She speaks the truth, you know. This here, it's all we have. It's all that's left.
What we have left is our lives. Do you really want us to lose them as well?
Not if
Guy
we don't
trying,
have to.
right?
Look, there's a cask under the captain's bunk. Let's talk about this over a drink, eh?
I'm listening.
I'll have a word with him.
Meanwhile,
Clive, I didn't expect help to arrive so quickly. And sought to take matters into my own hands.
It was a noble effort, but I thought you might still need some support.
How like you to consider my needs.
What we need to consider is where the creatures came from.
The way the survivors speak of them, one would think they appeared out of thin air. And perhaps they did. It's hard to know what to believe these days.
We'll talk to the survivors.
I guess we will talk to the survivors. I'm a survivor, I'm on the maker. You. Extra.
You're a pikeman, yes? What happened?
I've got family in Moor. I heard the flood was spreading, so I went to see if they were all right. And a pack of them glowing things found me in the meadow. I ran for my life. I never did get to the village.
And
Leave
I
that to
suspect
us.
that more is no more.
My family. They're still in the capital.
It's all right.
You wench.
Did you see the creatures that attacked you?
Creatures? Yeah, they came out of nowhere.
Eastern
They
European
went for
shot
Josie
put champion
first,
looking.
then me, and then they were just gone.
Like
Do you
Joseph.
remember where you were?
Joseph.
On the road from Oriflamme. We just passed Moor when... Where's my Joseph?
It's all right.
Just rest now. At least we have an idea of where the thralls might be now. We should head for more.
Baby, don't hurt me no more. First thing I want to do is take a jumble up to the left to that tower overlooking success. Now that thing in the distance, is that Waloed's Mother Crystal, I wonder? Bork, 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 bork. What's going on here then? This is Aether.
Be safe.
Now then. Okay. Absolutely worth it.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Another monolith. I just want to add it to the map just so I can prove that I've actually been here. But I'm not gonna do it. Oh, Oriflamme, how empty you look without your glorious Mother Crystal. Now, what I will do is probably head back to Northreach. Travel through town, and then get back on the bus when I exit town on the other side. Because I feel it might be quicker.
I saw it with my own eyes.
I saw it with my own eyes. Hundreds of them there were. Thousands even.
4 left for more on the captain's orders.
Okay, I may have been incorrect about this being the quicker route, because... Clive.
The 2 soldiers were carrying another.
It was all they could do to escape.
I wonder if Chloe is still laying face down in the dirt at the windmill. Nope. At least I did her that courtesy. Now then. Let's see what is left of this town.
Clive, look.
I see them. With me.
No, let's not do any of that, shall we?
Save your strength. Too slow. Me, flames! Kill! Farewell.
That was very simple. Ow, hey. Alright, where's the leash? There we go. That was shameful. It's deep. Go on, Thorvald 2.0. Oh, get lolled, my dude. And punch you into the dirt. Go on, Thorvald. Well then.
Do you think there are more?
Yes.
There are always more. But I'd say we've done what we can for the time being.
Then we should let Isabel know.
What of the town? Are we just gonna go away? Have we forfeited this town? And calm returns.
You have the town's thanks.
Don't thank us yet. There will be more. Many more. And you'll need to be ready for them.
Oh, we shall.
And
Isn't
by
that
we,
right,
I mean...
Captain?
Yes, milady. The garrison will be ready.
Philippe here has convinced most of the men to remain at their posts. For now, at least.
Hearing that the Dame would look kindly on any man who committed himself to the task certainly didn't hurt.
Kick. Simple people, simple
Not the
minds,
most
simpletons.
selfless of motives, I'll admit. But whatever it takes, eh? Now me, I never needed convincing. I became a soldier to protect the people I love. The
Sleazeball.
people I love include the one standing before me.
Handsome and chivalrous.
Alright, we'll leave you to your room here, and I'll...
Now, if you don't mind, I have sentries to post. Milady.
Lest you wonder, I'm not foolish enough to believe that this has solved all of my problems.
But it
has
helps
solved
for
one,
now.
And that's one fewer than I had this morning. Thank you again, Clive.
It will have to do.
Our friends seem to have things under control. For now, at least. Let's go and put Otto's mind at rest.
You say this. I shall return to the hideout and see if I can pick up a new thingamabob from the donations category. I feel kinda like the Salvation Army recipient here, though. With all donations and such. Hello, love.
I'd be happy to tell Otto everything that happened. But I know he appreciates it when you spare him the time.
Why not you and only me? That seems kind of sexist.
Did you see that? Tell me you saw that.
No new hunts, save for the Durgan. No?
How may I help you today, Clive?
Why not?
Come to claim your just desserts?
11:20. God damn. Talisman of Priming. Well, it's a legendary. This will be my first legendary equipped item.
Come again.
So I
may have
definitely
more
want some
for
of
ya.
those. I'm sure you will have. I will save my game and I need a drink.
5 minutes later.
I have a new letter. I guess I'll read that before I talk to Otto. I'm talking a lot with Otto, like an uncomfortable amount with him. And as bland as an individual as he is, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this predicament.
Did you see the pair that got hauled into time?
It's got added. Oh, the scarf, yeah. Guardian's scarf. That's a lot. Alright, how fares the rest? The Guardians are getting along with the Axis fine enough, working to shore up the rest's walls when not cleaning out what few threats remain down in the reeds, though chances are we'd still be neck-deep in Akashic had you not given that horde your firm but gentle nudge. I know you have a realm to save and all, but if you're ever in need of a quick reviver, come see us and we'll tap you a cask. I mean, the last time you said this, I put that to the test and you gave me absolutely fuck all. So I'm not entirely sure whether or not I should believe you. The flames burn bright. You have an uncanny talent for showing up where you're most needed, my lord. Without your steel, I fear the rest would be in the hands of the Akashic, and us but more of their nameless numbers. However, with the horde now both thinned and fractured, we Guardians can focus our efforts on putting down the smaller packs without the worry of being overwhelmed, while Martha's blood axes can return to defending the Tor, whatever that may be. As for young Oscar, you will forgive my sudden request for taking him in under your wing. He's a good man, attentive, polite, hardworking. So as you can see, he already has learned everything he can from me. He would do well to continue his squiring under a more worthy shield, and the realm has none more worthy than you. Again, I have put the name of shield behind me. I am now outlaw renegade. I have a singular task on mind, and once I'm done with that, I don't know, maybe I'll just die. Maybe I will. Dramatis Personae. The Guard and League have put aside their differences for the time being, allowing us all to leave to sip our snake pits in relative leisure. For that, I would hazard we have your better half to thank. She put on quite a performance. As for yours, well, from one aspiring thespian to another, might I suggest working on your delivery, and your projection, and those stiff limbs of yours, and your countenance. And, well, everything else. We wouldn't want to do the name Underhill at the surface now, would we? I suppose we wouldn't. Word from Northreach, Eldane. Clive, you have the town's thanks for helping us rid the thralls. But we are neither of us so naive. Jesus. To think we have seen the end of their like. Good Philippe has taken to seeing that we are prepared should the goals come once again calling, but I oft worry the rank of captain has begun to weigh heavily upon his shoulders. Just as I imagine, the same might be said of you and your burdens. But remember, should the weight ever become too much, you needn't stand alone. Our hearts and arms remain ever open, as do the Vale's doors. Isabel. And I suppose the Vale will run as a double entendre, if you will. Okay, these words fill my heart to the brim with joy and blessings and what have you, etc., ad aeternum. And I would bet an exuberant amount of money, well, I don't have an exuberant amount of money, I would bet some money that Clive's, the corners of his mouth will perk up just slightly at reading these heartfelt words. And now with that firmly put behind us,
when you turn up,
well, here I am.
From all our friends thanking you for your timely intervention. How is it you always manage to arrive at just the right moment?
I'm Batman.
Luck, I suppose. Any word on the rest of the realm? That's
Tits up, shite, shit
Storm's
creek.
still crying out for mother crystals. The nations are still in chaos. And the skies are still the colour of a kick in the kidneys 2 days on. So,
all in all, it's doing alright.
Clive, we knew this was going to happen.
We did.
Well, not the bleeding skies part, but you take my point. Now's not the time to second guess yourself. Now's the time to visit the infirmary. Talia says your brother's awake. Thank you, Otto.
Okay, though. Time to get some answers. Time to give this man a stern talking to. And, rap across the knuckles. You.
So it was not Sylvester, but Olivier who served as Ultima's puppet. And when Dion learned of this, he sought to slay the fiend.
And he succeeded somewhat.
Only for his father to take the spear that would have freed him. Enough to drive a man to madness.
Small wonder he hasn't stirred. I would be afraid to wake.
Now,
Had I but reached out to him sooner.
had you but reached out to me sooner.
But now, both an empire and her prince lie broken.
We can rebuild.
Joshua, what do you know of Ultima?
Let's start at World 1-1, shall we?
Very little, I'm afraid. Despite my best efforts. 18 years ago, as I lay buried beneath the rubble of Phoenix Gate, it was not death who came for me, but another. And it was while in my rescuer's care, I first heard of Ultima. I've been chasing his shadow ever since.
Wait, who rescued you?
Ultima is driven by some deep, dark purpose, and for whatever reason, it would seem you are crucial to his designs. He will stop at nothing to have you, even if that means toppling an empire.
But why me? What possible use could I be to such a creature?
I do not know.
That is one of many answers that have eluded me. Yet, I am certain of this. It is not mere chance. You were chosen for a reason. All dominants carry within them the might of an icon. Nigh limitless power that is at once acutely limited. I wield fire, and only fire.
But it's a strong
And
fire.
I only ice. 8 wardens for 8 elements.
Is there a secret 9th warden?
It's you, Clive.
You are different. You're special.
My mommy
Your
says I'm
abilities
special.
begin with the flames of Ifrit, but they do not end there. The fact Ifrit can even exist goes against everything we thought we knew of dominance. Perhaps Ultima has been waiting for one such as you, whose potential is truly limitless.
I've encountered that thing several times now. If it or he, as you say, needs me, why hasn't he claimed me as he did the boy?
Were I to hazard a guess, I'd say the two of you are somehow incompatible. His mind not properly attuned to your body.
His mind.
Mind, awareness, spirit, call it what you wish. But I believe Ultima to be an embodiment of the concept. This is why I struggle and fail to contain him here inside me.
I think Dion might pretend to be asleep. Yes, we did see this.
With every setting sun, I feel my strength wane. And though the Phoenix's flames mend the prison I have made for Ultima, they do so at a cost. We must find a means to bring an end to him before I meet my own.
What were you thinking?
It was that or let him take Clive. And I've always had a soft spot for my brother.
But that doesn't mean you should sacrifice yourself to save me.
You're still alive. This is not a sacrifice. We're just on the clock. But why are we not asking
Clive,
one of the...
it's Gav.
Oh, you take over this. Why are we not answering the main question
I... at the gates of Canver.
God damn it. Why wasn't the question asked that has been on my mind for the most part is why did you take 18 years to show yourself to me, and this was only because it was somehow somewhat forced.
Well, what's the short of it?
There is no short.
Tyre told you. The capital of the Free Cities is under siege by an army of monstrosities. The city guard are doing their best to stem the tide, but numbers ain't on their side.
What of Lord Byron and Mid? Were they able to escape?
No, but they're all right for now. They're hiding with Gav at midship.
We have to get them out of there.
We'll take the ship, actually.
Also, prepare a Stolas. Tell Gav to stay exactly where he is.
Understood.
Vivian, what's the swiftest route to the Free Cities?
That sounds like a question for the map. Look here. This road, through Tabor, should provide the least trouble.
Good.
However...
What a coincidence. Tabor is exactly where I'm bound.
Joshua, Bed is where you should be bound.
You want to bind me to a... We can talk more on the road
You don't
there.
think I told him the exact same thing?
Were Tyre not such a talented healer, I would surely have been inclined to agree.
Sleazeball.
But, thanks to her ministrations, I feel I may safely rejoin my attendant, who was to wait for me in Tabor if we became separated.
All right, we travel together.
Clive.
If he stays close to me, he'll be fine.
Thank you, brother.
Again, why wait 18 years to just, you know, to tell me that you're even alive? Like, what is...
My attendant was with me in the Dominion before I primed. She would have watched the battle unfold and witnessed its outcome. I trust you'll be waiting for me in Tabor, where I can finally introduce you.
He's completely ignoring this particular... Why are people suddenly wanting things of me now?
You know how I feel about this. But your brother's stubbornness knows no bounds.
Well, he takes after me.
I'm starting to think it runs in the family.
It does. It do be running. You, Mokhtar, talk to me. What news? Besides the Durgan, or is this an S rank as well? A C. The pack. A team of Cursebreakers traveling through Tabor to the fields of Corva were met by a group of hunters from the village, who warned them not to stray too far from the main road, for in a gully not far hence rested a pack of wolves that even such practiced hunters as they would not dare to wake. Despite the fine luster of animals' pelts, too many of their friends had succumbed to temptation only to be torn limb from limb. South of Tabor, Dalmatia. So is that the previously locked path that is now opened in Dalmatia? Yeah, not now. Oh, reading table, sure. That's a lot of nonsense that you suddenly want me doing. An eye for an eye. Another recipe. And all that. Alright, well. Travel to the Cruciate Echoes.
Seems the hideaways.
Blasted book.
Talk to me, Maul.
Here, you put me in this situation, Clive. You can bloody well get me out of it. I need a hand with a recipe.
Sorry.
Are you sure it's me you're looking for? I'm not much of a cook.
I'm all the cook will be needing, thank you very much.
Humble
What
flex.
I want from you is a little of your time, right? Oh, and perhaps your sword. You remember Ivan's stew, right? Well, despite the look of the thing, and that awful stench, people wolf it down.
You're shit. I was
so
right.
I'd try making
Plot
one
twist.
of these
It's
supposed
true.
masterpieces myself. Had a peek at the book and gave it a go, but, well...
It wasn't as straightforward as you'd hoped. Ivan had the same problem.
Yeah, but this is my blimmin' kitchen, and I will not be outdone. So if you don't want to be seen as playing favourites, I suggest you lend me a hand.
I don't really care. Meaning, I don't care at all.
I've never been one to play favorites, Molly.
Shut up.
And I would be only too happy to lend you a hand. So, what's on the menu this time?
A fried mortress of skyworm. That's
There's
one
a
heck
mortress.
of a name, innit? Recipe seemed easy enough to an old hand like myself. Thought I'd followed it to a T.
However,
Only, turns out skyworm livers and drake's mint are not what I thought they were. At least I hope they're not, given the rancid mess they made.
Yvonne said the recipes in the culinary pilgrimage date back centuries. Who's to say the ingredients even exist anymore?
Wow. That's a question for a scholar, wouldn't you say? Perhaps you know of one?
I'm headed there anyways.
Kindly old fella who haunts the shelves, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Fine. I'll go and speak to Harpocrates. Perhaps he'll know something. And if he does, I'll see if I can find your ingredients for you.
You do that. Lest we forget, you've got a reputation to uphold.
I believe I'm doing a pretty decent job at keeping up my reputation, my love. So, kindly shut that pie hole. And that tone that goes with it.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be thunder?
Surely. Surely not.
Sid, perhaps you can help me solve a mystery.
No.
I can certainly try. Who's gone missing this time?
It's not who, but what. Mid-scales, the ones she made for her workshop. I borrowed them to teach the little ones about weight, and shortly after the lesson, well, they vanished.
Then we know the culprit, don't we?
My first thought was that they'd taken them off somewhere to play, but when I asked, they swore they had nothing to do with their having disappeared. Which almost certainly means they had everything to do with it.
Yeah, so why are you not stringing them up by their balls until they answer?
Perhaps a visit from Sid will jog their memories.
I think it just might. Thank you. I don't like to imagine that my pupils would lie to me. But if they have, I'll have no choice but to discipline them accordingly. They were in the atrium when I last saw them. As always.
Am I to, physically educate them? What up, Harpy?
Lawsman Harpocrates. I've come to pick your brain if you don't mind. It's about the book you lent Ivan.
Ah, Valisthea, A Culinary Pilgrimage, a classic. One of my favorites, in fact. The young man did a wonderful job with the Chance's stew. I do hope we shall be able to sample more such marvels in due course.
That's actually why I'm here. I don't suppose you know where I might find skyworm livers and drake's mint.
Ah, so the fabled Sandbricois delicacy is next on the menu. Delightful. The descriptions of fried mortress never fail to make my mouth water.
Well, that makes one of us.
Now, skyworm is a somewhat antiquated name for the wyvern, their ground livers being the paste from which the mortress is made.
Dragon livers. How very Sandbricois.
Dragoons.
One would have thought the disciples of Bahamut would have a touch more reverence for their icon's brethren, but apparently not. I believe the specific dragon the recipe demands is the blueback wyvern, said to be the very color of the sea beside which it resides.
So we know where to look for our liver. But what about the drake's mint?
Saint's bonnet in contemporary parlance, a herb which grows along the North Reach coast. I gather that one can locate the cheerful yellow flowers by their heady scent alone, so I'm sure you'll have no trouble finding them. I may add that people once believed game was best served with the flora that sustained it in life, in which regard fried mortress of skyworm is undoubtedly a typical dish of the time.
Meaning that if I find one, I find the other. To Northreach, then.
At least I get
Clive. And
2 stones with 1 bird.
Save me a bite once the dish is complete.
I mean, it's only fair, right? Alright, so we're out to Northreach, I suppose.
Is a storm coming, Sid?
Then a lot is coming, including an ass whooping if you keep talking to me.
It seems the hideaway is lost its...
Turn your mount, Gootsy.
What am I gonna do?
Alright, let's hear it.
Is everything alright, Goots? You seem more discomposed than usual.
Which means a lot.
Oh, I don't know what that means, but I'm in a bit of a muddle. Oh, I think Nan might be in trouble and she's...
It's alright. You can tell me.
There was a trader came by. One of our usuals, like. Said he'd heard some rotten rumours about her down Dallimil Way. Folk are saying she's been selling to bandits and cutthroats and that. I mean, she's fond of a chance to make a coin or two, aye, but she'd never do business with baddies. Especially not the kind who go hurting people who haven't done out. I wanted to ask her about it myself, but I'm scared she'll give us a tongue lashing. She'd never give your tongue a lashing, though, would she?
I wouldn't put it past her, to be honest. I'm not afraid of a lashing. I suppose I'm not.
I'll speak to her.
Oh, thanks, Clive. You'll let me know what she says, won't you?
Of course.
I'll think about it.
I'm sure it's all just a misunderstanding.
Plot twist, it's not. She's dealing with anyone and anything. Business is business, bitch. Alright, you old hag.
Lady Karen. How's business?
What you want?
Not nearly as foul as the weather.
You're doing good trade then? Both in and out of the hideaway?
Alright, what do you want?
Can't complain. Wait. What exactly are you getting at? Not once in 5 long years do you pay my affairs half a care. But here you are today, raking me over the coals like a bloody popoto.
What?
Just asking. Out of interest.
Implying.
All right. I'm here because I was told that certain rumors have been circulating about you selling weapons to brigands.
Oh, are ya? And who was it who knows me so well as to tell tales of my evil exploits?
I didn't exactly hear firsthand. All I know is that someone in Dallimil has been spreading word to that effect.
And what? You believe it? You think I'm profiting off the blood of innocents, do you?
I actually don't.
I've done things I'm not proud of. Might be there were a time when I turned a blind eye to the wretchedness of the world so I could line my pocket. But that woman is no more. And you'd know that if you'd ever paid the slightest bit of notice.
You're right, Lady Karen. I apologize.
You approached this like
a
bitch, yeah. Clive.
It was. Now, I reckon you've got better things to do than pointing your do-gooding finger at a poor old woman.
You're not poor and you're not... Well, you are old.
Good day.
Jesus, Clive, you did shit here. Guess you won't be investigating who's spreading the rumor now, Gootsy?
I spoke with Lady Karen.
What did she say?
A lot of nasty
things. The rumors were
things.
unfounded, and that I was a fool for thinking they might hold any truth, along with some other things that made her feelings clear. And while it sounds like she may have done things she regretted in her past, she says those days are behind her.
Oh, well, that's good. I knew Nan wasn't caught up in out bad.
No, you didn't, which is why you asked me.
But why would people say she was? What did she ever do to them? It's not right.
No, it's not.
Yeah, left isn't right either,
things
but
for
hey,
all sorts
here we
of
are.
reasons. Perhaps we'll never know.
Well, I'm going to find out.
Alright, charge.
That trader, he said they were all talking about her in Dallimil. So that's where I'm going. I'll find someone who'll tell me, you'll see.
Are you sure that's wise? Whoever's spreading these rumors means Karen ill.
Oh, right. But that's why you'll be coming with me, isn't it, Clive?
No. No.
I suppose it is.
Oh my kid, of course. Of course. Alright, let's read this love letter. What you want? A humble request. Master Clive, I apologize for the sudden and untoward gesture. Circumstances have forced me to seek immediate aid, and there is none other to whom I may turn. Your most esteemed Lord Uncle has presented me with a task most vexing, and I fear I'm wholly unable to perform to his vaulted expectations, namely due to a marked lack of martial aptitude on my part. To wit, I am but a manservant, not a mercenary. While I maintain the fitness ample to attend to the needs of the manor, to the attending of bandits in back alleys, I am sorely ill-equipped. If it please you, my lord, prithee come and see me at Martha's Rest, where I shall proceed to explain my predicament in full. Again, fucking Martha's Rest. Can we be anywhere else in this game? Signed, Sebastian Rutherford. Seneschal to Lord Byron Rossfield.
Rutherford? Wasn't that the name of my uncle's manservant? Why would he be at Martha's Rest?
Smooth like butter. Nice. Nice. I don't hate that one, even though I should. Let's take a look at In El Atrium. See where them little shitlins have hidden my scales.
We're all gonna die!
Eventually, yes.
What do you reckon we should do? I say we should just tell Miss Shirley.
You'll get us all striped. I'm telling you, I can fix them.
Right, I see.
Sid!
Yeah. Out of your studies, I see. And what is that? It's not a set of scales, is it?
No. Of course it isn't.
It's a broken set of scales.
Not anymore, it's not. Oh!
And just how long hasn't it been one?
We're sorry.
That's not what I asked.
We didn't break them. We dismembered them.
Just like Miss Mididol showed us.
Miss Mididol?
That's her full name,
Why would she have
Mididol?
you dismembering her creations?
That is
That's
even
the only
worse.
way to become a ninja-neer.
Miss Mididol said, the best way to see how something worked is to take it apart and put it back together again.
Well then, your work is already half done.
Yep, reverse engineer some shit. Carry on. Yeah, how about that? It's the second half.
About that.
The taking apart was easy enough, but it's the putting back we can't work out.
Speak for yourself. The heavy thing goes at the bottom. Then...
Yeah.
You three need to learn to take responsibility for your actions. So let's have a look at these parts with fresh eyes, shall we?
Let's look at this with eyes unclouded by hate. Are you having me play?
Everything here was once part of Miss Mididol's scales.
It still is.
Every piece has its own role to play, and each is just as important as the others. If even one of them is missing, the scales won't work. So let's think about what those roles might be. You already know one of the pieces. The body. Its role is to support everything else. But what of the others?
Are you gonna have me play a minigame? Which part will you inspect? Let's go with the arm.
This is called the arm. Why do you suppose that is? It doesn't look much like an arm.
You're right. It looks more like a wing. Like a chocobo wing!
You've ridden a chocobo before, haven't you, Sid? Will you teach me to ride one day?
No.
I'll think about it. Now, what do arms do?
Hold things.
They fire projectiles at innocent bystanders.
Good thinking. You're on the right track.
Look at the pans.
These round parts are called the pans. You all know what a pan is, don't you?
I do. Molly uses them in the kitchens to fry bangers. But these aren't for frying bangers, you idiot. They're for weighing stuff.
That's a
But
whole...
what if I wanted to weigh
an object.
Goots? I don't think he'd fit on that little thing.
Probably not.
What are the chains for? Holding the pans up?
Well spotted. Which means something must hold the chains up in turn.
And lo and behold...
This tiny piece is what's called a cogwheel, or gear. Have you ever seen one before?
I have. Miss Mirador's dungeon is full of them.
I'm not surprised, actually. Yeah.
She puts them in all her inventions. They spin round and round and
That's the magic of the wheel.
That's right. They're very useful when you want to make things move. Do you remember if there was anything on the scales that moved?
I remember the arm moved when I tried weighing an apple. And then somebody ate it.
Not my fault. You shouldn't have tried weighing it before lunch.
You know what part's supposed to move and how it's supposed to move. So, let's put the pieces together first, see what doesn't move, and then stick the cogwheel to that.
Not a bad idea. You see? It's not so difficult. So, now that we've taken stock of the parts and learned what they do, what do you think?
I think we've got it.
Then here's what we'll do. You tell me what goes where, and I'll put the scales together.
Well, obviously you need to start with the body. All the other pieces fit onto it, don't they?
And the arms go on the body, just like real arms. Or wings, if you're a chocobo. And then the arms hold the pans by the chains.
Very good. Let's see if that works. Ah, all finished.
Yes! We did it!
Did you?
Well, with Sid's help.
Oh, I just put the pieces together. It was you three engineers who showed me how.
That's right. We're Miss Mirador's hares.
Her hairs?
Yeah, hares for the future. She's showing us her secrets now, so we can help out the hideaway when we're older.
What do you think, Sid? Are you almost ready?
Considering I still see a cogwheel lying on the table,
I'd say it won't be long at all.
I say it would be quite a while before.
You hear that? It won't be long.
Until then, though, do try to be honest with Miss Shirley.
Are we just gonna ignore?
Hey, look! We never used the cogwheel.
You don't think Sid forgot about it, do you?
Good luck. Food for thought. An opportunity to change and grow. Speak with Shirley in the shelves. Or was that thing? Oh wait, south of Tabor? Okay. South of Tabor, okay. I guess I'll run into that eventually. Abierto.
Is a storm coming, Sid? Will there be...
Well, did you solve the mystery?
Oh, I solved it,
As
alright.
you thought. The children had the scales, or the parts of them at least. They dismantled them to see how they worked.
Oh, no, Mid will have my head.
Thankfully she won't. This might even have been her idea. Although I was the one who ended up teaching the lesson.
I'm so sorry, Sid. I know how busy you are. I shall see that the children are properly punished.
Please, there's no need. Mid seems to have taken the three of them under her wing. She's even calling them her heirs. She'd
know her
follow in
hairs.
footsteps. And her father's.
I see. Sid, do you know why Mid has been spending so much time at the hideaway of late?
She told me it was because her studies have been interrupted by events in Canva. Is that not true?
No, it isn't. The university offered her a commission. In exchange for full tuition, room, and board, they asked her to oversee the design of several new war engines.
War
To anyone else, it would be an opportunity. But to Mid, who lost both her parents to war, it was a bitter pill. One she was none too keen to swallow. But that should come as no surprise. She's only ever cared about bringing people hope. The very last thing war can be said to do.
Which explains her heirs. She's working to give them a better life. And so should I. What's the odd engineering lesson?
Oh, you've given them far more than that. And I'm sure they're very grateful.
I'm not entirely sure about that one, Chief.
Seems the hideaway is...
Okay, so where are we going? I can only go there. Because of course I can, or can't. A wind-blasted sprawl of bottomless ravines latticed with the colossal flotsam of a people fallen. Such a poetic way of